before facing death in a few minutes, about to be hanged to death, this man is committed to learning, whether religious education or anything. How committed to learning, how committed to educating himself, and how committed he is to himself to do justice. And being a teacher, I believe that you shall have to have a commitment to be well informed, a commitment to learn, a commitment to educate yourself, a commitment to be a potential teacher, not a dull teacher with inertia. What is that inertia? What is that, sir? Not that physics teacher's inertia. They will teach you and make your mind boggle. What is that inertia? Dullness. Inertia. So this is the rags to riches. Yes. How can one explain this from your good self? Second explanation. How do you explain rags to riches? What is meant by rags? Pardon? No? Low level. Good. Then riches. Being rich. Okay, fine. I take that answer. Rags means without wearing torn clothes or being in poverty. Suggestive of poverty. And being a rich man. One gentleman from Mumbai came to Chennai Central Station. Came all the way from Mumbai. Visited all the places in Chennai. He had no money, nothing in the pocket. Not even money to buy food. He looked at the habits of our wonderful. Most of them were chewing the betel leaves, methalite. He had a wonderful idea. What about starting a pawn shop? Betel nuts. He just invested 20 rupees. Got a bronze plate, kept the betel leaves, areca nuts is betel bark. Then lime. He started a pawn bida business. God blessed him with prosperity, and Goddess Lakshmi opened her eyes and blessed this man doing bida business. He became prosperous, he earned so much money, and surprisingly he became so rich, and he earned a brand name also. He holds a brand name for his company, Khan Parag actually. That Khan Parag gentleman actually must be a man from Marathi, a Sethwala. He invested only 20 rupees in the Khan Bida business. And after earning money, every year he was paying 20 crores to government as taxes. Imagine the way, the commitment, how he was. The typical story of rags to, just to making a reference to rags to riches. And for kind reference for English teachers, what is the figure of speech used here, madam? English teachers, I'm sorry I trouble you, unfortunately. As I am an English teacher, I trouble you. Had I been a physics teacher, I would be dealing with things related to that subject. But we are rags to riches. What is the figure of speech? Figure of speech means what? Yes? Figure of speech means? Anima. Anilakrama. Figure of speech. Figure of speech, Anilakrama. What is Anilakrama? Doing something by which you decorate your expression. Or you decorate yourself. Anina Alakara. Rags to riches. What is the device used? What is the fighting device or because we use? Alliteration. What is the Tamil word for alliteration? Same equivalent. Synonym. Anyone? Your name? Yelageshwar. You are from Sri Lanka, right? She is Sasigla and obvious. Very good, very informative. See, alliteration. English teacher, remember, don't just teach poetry. Poetry is something which is energetic. It has life in it. It has stamina in it. It is vibrant actually. Such poetry will actually instill confidence or instill emotions in your students. And to what extent you are able to instill that emotion? is the question. When you are teaching just poetry, don't read out poetry. You have to teach poetry, read out the lines in a way it has got life. There is one line from Shelley, I quote, Ode to the West Wind. Oh, why? Yes. This is from, I quote from P.V. Shelley's poetry. Ode to the Ode Nanuma. Puganchi Pop. Ode. You write poem praising someone. You run the paper, newspaper. Imayate Gandavani, Adavate Gandavani, Adavani, in the paper advertisement, Imay Gandavani, Adavate Gandavani, This is called the word Stuti. Sanskrit word is Stuti. To praise someone. Look at the word, look at the line. First line of that word to the West Wind. English teacher, how will you read this line in your classroom? Yes? Yes. Remember the poet, you have to go into the mind of the poet. The poet is writing something about wind. So here the wind is actually a gentle west wind blowing, maybe sometimes with force, sometimes with energy it blows. And the poet describes the way in which wind blows. And how to read that line in your classroom. English teacher, pay attention to the lines. When you utter these lines, wind comes out of your mouth and wind blows everywhere in your classroom amidst the students, and they come to know what is the poem is all about. You understand? Concluding lines are beautiful. P.V. Shelley writes, lift me like a wave, a leaf, a cloud. I fall upon the thorns of life. I bleed. See the energy he pours in that line. Any mediocre teacher will read out the lines. Lift me like a wave, a leaf, a cloud. I fall upon the thorns of life. I bleed. This is what our Shelley says. That may be your way of reading. But an English teacher has got sensibility. Sense and sensibility are different. Sense is what comes from your head. Sensibility is what comes from your feeling. Two words. Sense, sensibility. So concluding lines, I translated it to vernacular. This revision is right. Oh, lift me like a wave, a leaf, a cloud. I fall upon the thorns of life and bleed. Now I translated. இளையன அலையன மேகமென என்னை உயர்த்துவாய், வாழ்க்கையின் முட்கள் மீது வீழ்ந்திருக்கிறேன், ஐயோ நான் குந்தி வடிக்கிறேன். This is the translation. ஐயோங்கிற வேர்டு அங்க இருக்காது. Because in English culture they don't use the word ஐயோ. ஐயோ is typically our own expression. I think it is in the English dictionary also. Oxford, kindly check it. The word ayyo should be there. A-I-O-I-O. But I translated this Shelley because remember when you are teaching, say, our English teachers, when you are teaching romantic poetry, you have to say romantic poetry is about sensibility and not about sense. It is the poetry of feelings. They were narrating the feelings. So English teacher has to insist that romantic poetry is essentially the poetry of I. What is that I? Introspection. You don't have the word he in poetry. In romantic poetry, it is always I. Subjective. So two words again not down. Subjective, objective. Not down. Subjective, objective. What is subjective? Your own self, I. That is subjective. And what is objective? Anything other than the subjective is objective. Subjective, objective. So romantic, when you are teaching, say Shelley, or even Keats, Wordsworth, Byron, Coleridge, William Taylor, Coleridge, you have to just transport the minds of the students to the romantic age, the romantic era. Refer to the poets who lived there and what was their intention of writing. Wordsworth was a worshipper of nature. You read that in that poem. Was a worshipper of nature, not a worshipper of God. What is the difference? He was worshipping nature, and according to him, nature is itself God. You got my point? He looked at nature and he saw God in nature. You have to insist on these things. Don't just read Wordsworth. They might have given daffodils or solitary. Is it right? You have solitary reaper. English teachers, am I right? You have daffodils or solitary reaper. Right from the days of Wordsworth, the same lesson is taught. Even my grandson will learn about solitary reaper. Nothing will change. It is the same curriculum, same textbook, same Wordsworth, and the same solitary reaper will be harvesting again and again with no end. It will continue for another 100 years. The same harvesting will be done even without planting. They don't plant, only cultivation or only harvesting is done. No cultivation, only harvest. So same solitary reaper. But how will you transfer? This is what I say motivation. When you are entering into a classroom to teach William Wordsworth, you should immediately take the minds to the 18th century. To tell that age, tell about that age. Who are the poets? Who are the contemporaries of Wordsworth? What is that contemporary? Anyone?
Same age.
One madam, yes. I hear brilliant answers. What a difficult student. Very nice, of course, to great extent. Your name? Anna? Please. English. My class. Whatever I have done, this is the last gift. I don't have a stop. Lucky enough. Fortunate enough. Fortunate. No. F-O-R-T-U-N-A-T-E. Fortunate. It should be pronounced as fortunate. Fortunate. Fortunate enough. Fortunate. Means lucky enough. Right. So yes, this is how you have to transport. For instance, you are teaching about the science of equilibrium in physics class. Equilibrium or about the wind or about electricity. And you will be teaching about the positive side, negative, or positive add or positive point, negative point, such and such things. Immediately take the mind. What do you see in your house? Can you just live for a few hours in your home without electricity? How difficult it is for a housewife to cook without electricity? Am I right? They want a mixie, they want a grinder, they want a food processor, such and such things. Everything electrically operated, and they don't want to have the painful task of washing the clothes. And what do? They buy a washing machine, and for everything they possess a machine. And these machines are powered by electricity. So, what is the basic thing you need for your home? It is, first thing is electricity, and without electricity we can't imagine of a girl without. This is how you have to start about with your say and a lesson on electricity or on direct and alternating current. And you can teach in this way, alternate current. And what is the purpose? What is the alternate current? The thing is, disadvantage in current, alternating current is that it cannot be stored. Anything else can be stored. If you earn your monthly salary on the first of your month, you can store it in the bank, deposit, happy. But you can't store the energy produced in Neyveli Lignite Power Corporation or somewhere in Mandur Dam. What is the reason? You don't have storage device to store energy, say 220 volts alternating current. It should be produced, generated, and immediately used. So this is the only disadvantage in electricity. And electricity is like God. You have to say that you just don't teach electricity or you know about. Just to tell electricity is nothing but God, because God cannot be seen and electricity also cannot be seen. So God is equal to electricity. We have to say, I think you can inspire the students. Say something very different in the class. If you are teaching about electricity, you may bring some illustration or just to take them to a circuit or just to explain what is it series connection or parallel connection. Electricity. You have got in domestic supply, you have got parallel connections, not series connections. So you can illustrate in that way. You can make references, allusions. You can tell them what is the type of connection you got in your home. Is it series connection? Or you explain the way in which now modern day electricity, power consumption bulbs. or power bulbs, electric bulbs that cut short the power, your consumption, energy consumption. You have got LED bulbs that cut the power consumption by 30% or 20% or all these things. What is the reason? Because India is you have to explain the connected things, the social factors. India is a growing nation, and our nation needs, it is hungry of power. They need power. So naturally we have to look for ways to cut short the power bills or in the generation. We need more power to supply. So what is the new technique? Solar power panels. You can also teach about, some teachers may teach about alternative energy sources. What is it, alternative energy sources? Conventional energy sources, non-conventional energy sources. For instance, hydroelectric power project in Medu, that is water generated from water. Energy generated from water. Hydro means water. So hydroelectric power. In Neyveli you have got this thermal electric. Thermal means heat. They generate power from lignite by burning. This is what conventional method of energy generation. What is non-conventional? Say for instance solar panels installed at the rooftops. That is non-conventional. And remember another new term is the green energy. That doesn't mean energy is green in color. They say energy that is generated without polluting the atmosphere. We say green bikes. Green bikes are not green in color. I see cars run with batteries. They say green cars. In fact, the name board, number board, the license plate is in green. That is the only green thing. And the woman who drives the car wears a green saree. In this way, you have to name it as a green car. Except that there is nothing. But it means that the car uses fuel and it doesn't pollute the atmosphere. You have to explain. And again, hydro, this one, you can explain about this tidal power. Tidal power project in Kanyakumari district, the tidal power. Again, wind power. Have you ever seen windmills? Many take them to a windmill and tell them, take them to a demo class and make the engineer sitting there to explain the way in which tidal energy or this wind power is converted. You can tell about, you can explain about the physics theorem. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy which disappears in one form, reappears in another, and such things you can explain. And the process of creation of energy, the process in which energy cannot be stored. So keep on exposing, expanding the way in which the frontiers can be expanded, and you can explore also. You can explore, keep on exposing things, make the students to understand more about energy. It doesn't mean confined about hydroelectric power, thermal electric power, and then you can go out to, up to this, what is the new concept called the green energy. What is Tesla power? There is a new term, Tesla power. I'm not sure whether it is feasible, and Tesla power is the way in which power is transmitted from one point to another point without the cable wires, without the electric wires. I came across this information in a website. They have said Tesla power is the way in which energy is transmitted from one point to another point. That means you get power from Srivilliputtur town here right in your school without using cable wires. I think that is Tesla power. You can just go through websites. There are several things you can watch and you can learn from websites. Useful websites. Make yourself informed. Make yourself thorough in this subject. Never think that your subject is your textbook is the be all and end all. What is that be all and end all? Everything, all inclusive, be all and end all of your subject. We always think that teaching your textbook lesson, the transaction of the curriculum is your business. But your education instruction goes even beyond that. Rags to riches. There was about the hint at the rags to riches. That is again a fine phrase. Yes, fine. Would you like to go through another audio? Just time permits. I'm not sure about your lunch break, but Okay, no problem. We will get another. You can turn the sheet upwards, other side. I think what is the text? Fine. Yes.
Biscuit is a term used for a variety of baked commonly flour-based food products. It comes from an oven. The Romans were the first to prepare and taste good biscuits. The Roman soldiers were supplied with a regular ration of wheat biscuits. The wheat biscuits were full of nutrition and fiber. It was used to give stamina for the soldiers to gain strength to fight war. The British were experts in preparing biscuits. Biscuits are made from wheat flour, butter, and sugar. The pleasant flavor is got by adding vanilla essence. Biscuits are made by roasting method. They are roasted in a closed oven. The biscuits are quick to eat. They are too crisp, sweet. They are delicious and healthy. Today, biscuits are available in a number of varieties. They are plain, with cream, without cream, sandwich biscuits, biscuits with a double-sided cream, biscuits with fruit pieces, raisins, almond, and cashew, and so on. There are new varieties in the market each day. Biscuits are given as supplementary diet for hospital patients. Some children refuse to eat food. They are given biscuits as food. The idea of adding milk and ghee to the biscuits must have come later. Biscuits have good nutrition. They have minerals and vitamins. They have instant energy.